Hi everyone, I am State Senator Rachel May and I'm excited to be here to read to you the book Fearless, the story of Daphne Caruana Galizia, Defender of Free Speech by Cataldo. In a house by the sea on the island of Malta lived a young girl named Daphne, together with her mom, dad, and 3 sisters. At bedtime, Daphne would ask her father to read her the story of her great-great-great-great-grandfather, Captain Salvatore Vela. In 1798, the captain and his brother had helped to push back Emperor Napoleon's forces occupying Malta. Every year in the weeks before their traditional village feast, Daphne and her sisters liked nothing more than cutting up magazines into confetti to throw from their balcony. Daphne loved these colorful magazines and the stories they told. One day she told herself she too would use pictures and words to tell important stories. Daphne grew to love reading and getting lost in imaginative stories. She always had a book with her to read whenever she could. Books taught Daphne to never let other people think for her. She loved the freedom of asking questions and then making up her own mind. Daphne and her friends saw bad things happening in their country. They believed they could change people's lives for the better through peaceful protest. One day at a protest gathering, Daphne was arrested and put in a dark cell. She was frightened, but she was determined to never give up. At the age of 21, Daphne married Peter, a young lawyer and fellow protester. They had 3 children, Matthew, Andrew, and Paul. They taught their children to be curious and to always fight injustice. Daphne started writing for a national newspaper. There were very few women in journalism at that time, but Daphne worked hard and proved she was one of the best. She was not afraid to uncover wrongdoing. That's what a good journalist does. She did not flinch even when her enemy was powerful and mighty. Many people who agreed with Daphne were too frightened to say so. She often felt alone in her struggle, but she was confident that she had truth on her side. Daphne's enemies did everything in their power to prevent her from exposing their misdeeds. They hassled her in the streets. They called her a witch. They burned her front door. And they even killed her pet dog, Messalina. But Daphne was not going to let these people stop her from telling the truth. The more they tried, the stronger she felt. Daphne's writing traveled the world and inspired more and more people to speak out. Daphne had persuaded others to continue her work and make the world a better place. And that's the story of Daphne Caruana Galizia of Malta. Thank you for joining me.